Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Michael King, back again with another video. So in this video, I'm going to analyzing the GBUSD, and this is GBUSD on the monthly time frame. So to conduct analysis to show you guys what to expect for this week, I must first start with the monthly time frame, just so that we can have an idea of what the bigger time frame is talking about. So looking at the bigger time frame right now, this is a bearish market, and what makes this a bearish market is this lower low right from this lower high right here, because this is a lower high because of the fact that this high led to this low right here, which broke the previous low right here, right? So this become a lower high, lower low, then we have this lower high, or you can call this a lower high because this was the highest point. So lower high, then it broke this low at this point here, so this become a lower low, lower high, lower low, then we have this lower high. Then we also had you can call it a lower low though, because it went below this a little bit. But if you don't take note of this one, you can take note of this right here. So the fact that we had a series of lower high and lower low is what make this a bearish market on the long term on GBPUSD. So now, having that in mind, let's try and take a look at what is happening currently on the monthly time frame. Now, if you look at the monthly time frame right now, you realize that we had this down close candle, three of it right here, and it created a fair value gap. So what I'm expecting price to do is, I'm expecting price to go all the way up to this point right here, then go all the way down. But however, we also have a fair value gap right here, which might likely push price higher. So now, if you are kind of confused about if price is going to respect this or price is going to respect this, all you have to just do is to look at what is happening currently. Now look at what is happening within the past 12 candles or 13 candles, that is a year plus. Price went all the way up to this point right here. Because of why exactly? It's because I was trying to feel the equilibrium at this point right here and at this point right here. So price is already past the midpoint. I can just quickly show you guys so that you can see it. Let me quickly draw the Fibonacci 2 so you can see it. Now this Fibonacci 2 right now, realize that this is equilibrium right here. So price have already gone past the equilibrium, right? So let me quickly remove the Fibonacci 2. So now it means we're expecting price to head lower. Another reason why price head higher was because of the fact that you want to fill this fair value gap. But if this level right here is going to push price higher, where do you think price is going to head towards? It's likely to head towards this fair value gap that we have right here. Because if you look at it closely, you realize that this high right here did not get to the fair value gap. So it means if this level is going to push price higher, it's probably because of the fact that it wants to clear this fair value gap and also get to this buy candle right here, which can be called an order block. So now looking at this now, I expect to see something like this. On the monthly time frame, I'm expecting price to do this. I expect price to, first of all, go all the way up to this fair value gap. And the reason why I feel price wants to head higher is because most times before price head lower or before price continue a kind of major move, because overall is a bearish pattern, most time before price continues this bearish pattern, price tends to first clear all fair value gaps. If not all, majority of the fair value gap, price tends to clear this, also clear this, and even get this other block right here before it continues the major move to the downside. So it means there's a possibility for price to head to the upside to clear those fair value gap and other block before it head what lower. Now, what do you think would be a basis, or what would be a confirmation of price likely to head higher? We have two hypotheses, that is two ways I feel that will prove that okay, price likely to head higher. The first is if price should head lower to this fair value gap right here, and on the daily time frame or even the 1 hour time frame, we are able to see a kind of reversal, that is a break of structure to the upside. That would be a confirmation that price is likely to head higher. Another confirmation to prove that price is likely to head higher is this is the high of the fair value gap right here. This fair value gap supporting the bearish pattern, this fair value gap right here. The high is right here. So let me quickly straight the line so that we'll be able to take note of it clearly. So that high is currently at 1.28407. So 1.28407, that is the high. So it means what you are seeing right here is the high of the fair value gap, and price is yet to go above this line right here. So it means this fair value gap is still valid. But the moment price goes above this high, that's also a second confirmation that indeed we're likely to see price head high to this point right here, then before price head lower. That is before price continue the general overall downtrend. So now what I'm going to do now is I'm also going to take note of this fair value gap here, because this is also a likely place price might want to fall first towards, then head higher to this fair value gap. So I'm just going to take note of the level. I'll use the color green actually, because of the fact that I want to have a clear difference between highs and low, and also the fair value gap, because we're also going to go to weekly time frame to get our highs and our low. So I will just use the color green. You can use any color that you want actually, but I just prefer color green for fair value gaps. You can have a color that you prefer, that does not really matter. So I've done for the low. Let's also correct the high, put the right figure for it. So now for the high, it's at 1.25001. Then let's make the color green also. Then we'll move to the weekly time frame, so we can note the high and the low. But before I do that, I want to quickly recall that what I'm expecting for GBPUSD is I want to see price head low to this value gap first, then head higher. I will like the idea of price getting to this value gap first and this other block first before price continue the downward move or they continue the bearish pattern. So that being said, before price might want to get to this point, price might want to first go all the way down to fill all this, and also to gather more liquidity, more momentum to push price higher to this point right here. So now let's quickly go to the weekly time frame, so we can know the highs and the low also. So now this is the weekly time frame right here, and if you look at this right here, this is the high. Let's just take note of the high. We have our high right here, then we also have our low right here. I'm just going to straighten it and make the color black actually. So we're going to use the color black. The high on the weekly time frame is at 1.31422. Then the low for the weekly time frame is at 1.20373. Perfect. Then let's also use the color black also for the highs and the lows. Okay, now I think we are ready to go down to the lower time frame. But before I do that, let me extend this line so that, yes, extend the lower line. Then let's also extend the higher line also. Alright, so this is perfect. Now let me just zoom just a little bit because I need to quickly do one or two explanation. Now on the weekly time frame, remember I expect price to first head lower first to fill this value gap, then head higher. That is what I expect price to do. But one thing I want to point out here is that I want you all to be aware of this. All these lines I drew right now. This line right here represents the high on the weekly time frame. This line right here represents the low on the weekly time frame. Then this line right here represents the higher, that is the first candle from the bearish fair value gap on the monthly time frame. I'm talking about this 1, 2, 3. This first candle, the high of it, is what I'm trying to point out right here. Then this green line and this green line is the fair value gap from the monthly time frame. That is this fair value gap. I expect price to trade lower, then head higher. Now looking at this, before I point it out, what can you see in this and this fair value gap? What can you see? What do we have here? This is a other block right here. So I'm just going to make it, let's use the color red so that we can have different colors for this. So let me use the color red. Then let me change the line, make the line straight actually, 282, 1.24282. That's where it is. Then let's extend it also. Perfect. So now the fact that we have a fair value gap here I also have another block here. It's more like confluence. You understand? Favorable gap and other block are confluence. That is, there are things that give us more assurance that if price to fall to this point right here, there's a possibility that price might what? Head higher. Another confirmation is if price should get to this point and price start heading higher. Another confirmation once again that price is likely to head to that favorable gap, that is this favorable gap right here. Another confirmation that price is likely to head here is if price can break above this line right here, that is the first candle from this bearish favorable gap. Price can go above it. That will also be more confirmation that indeed we're likely to see price head to that favorable gap. So now, from the weekly time frame and the monthly time frame, we've tried to draw out an idea of what to expect on GBPUSD on the bigger time frame. So now I'm going to just move to the daily time frame to see if there's anything that we can take note of ahead for this week right now. Now, if you look at the daily time frame, we already have a break of structure. Now, look at what happened right here. We have this higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low right here, higher high, higher low, higher high. Then we had this higher lows right here. Then price went a little bit higher to confirm that this is a series of uptrend. Then look at what happened. Price headed lower. This low right here broke this low right here. Automatically, it makes this a break of structure. So now when price break all the way down to this low right here, look at what it did. It went higher, then went lower. This low right here is lower than this, meaning that this is automatic confirmation that we have switched from having a series of higher high and higher low to now higher we now have a lower low, lower high, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, meaning that what we have right here is a downtrend. Though it might not really be that visible like lower high, lower low, lower high, like this kind of clear structure that we've learned from the book. But if you look at it closely, you realize that this high led to a move that is lower than this. Now, we now had a high right here, which was not higher than this. Then this high went lower than this low right here, meaning it confirms that we are having a kind of lower high and lower low, that is a downtrend pattern, meaning that moving forward for this week, I don't expect price to go higher than this high right here. So we can take note of this high actually. So this high is our current lower high. I don't expect price to go higher than this high. Let me just quickly draw it so that we can take note of it. And I also recommend when you're watching my videos, that is for people that they have subscribed to this channel for long, when you're watching my videos, try to have a biro, have a book, so you can jot down most of the things I'm pointing out here, because it will really help you a lot for your trading week actually. So let me just quickly draw a line just so that we can take note of that high. I don't expect price to go above that high. That is, if price still want to respect the fact that we're having a series of lower high and lower low. So this high right here, I don't expect price to go above this high. So now looking at this proves that we're likely to keep having lower high, lower low until price get to this level right here. Then remember what I said earlier. I said when price gets to this area, a break of structure on the daily time frame or the 1 hour time frame will be a confirmation that price wants to head higher. So now, since we're having a series of lower high and lower low, if automatically when price gets to this point right here, we automatically have a kind of break of structure. Okay, you know what? Let me just give an illustration for better understanding. So let's say price ended up going something like this, straight to this value gap and even the other block. Then we now have something like this. Then let me quickly draw another line. Okay. Then let's say we have something like this. That is, price went a little bit higher. Then the next move was a new lower low, right? Now it means what we have here is a previous lower low, a lower high right here. Then we have a lower high right here, a lower low. So now this move right now, let me quickly do this. So now this move right now has gotten to the red line, that is the other block, that is this other block, right? Now what I'm trying to say in essence is that if you see a break of structure from this downtrend to an uptrend, that will be a confirmation that you should switch your bias and start looking for buy setups, meaning that price is likely to start heading for that high on the monthly time frame. That is the fact that this move broke this high, because when we are having a series of downtrend, we are not expecting price to break the lower high. That is, this high, for example, price must not break it. If you look at this high that led to this low, price went up, but price did not break this high. Instead, price traded lower. That is the rules when I'm looking at a kind of a downtrend or an uptrend. That's the rules. Those lower highs are not meant to be broken for a downtrend. Then higher lows like this, they are not meant to be broken when we're looking at an uptrend. So now, if around this area we see something like this breaking this high right here, it automatically means that what we are having now is a break of structure, and price is likely to head to the upside. So now, having that in mind, if you can see something like this around this region, that will be confirmation that price is likely to head to that high on the monthly time frame. So now, that being said, let's quickly look at the 1 hour time frame. That is my time frame where I use for entry. Actually, I would have loved the idea of looking at the 15 minutes time frame, 5 minutes time frame, but I'm a kind of busy person, and I realized that the time frame that works for me with my schedule and my plans and everything is the 1 hour time frame. So now, this is the 1 hour time frame. This high is the high I pointed out on the daily time frame. That is this high right here. I said I don't expect price to head higher than, because of the fact that all we are having right here is a downtrend heading to this level right here. So on the 1 hour time frame, I actually took some trade because of the fact that I realized that price is heading to this area right here. Because what we have right here is I don't want to talk about how I trade actually, because of the fact that this video is majorly on analysis on GBPUSD, showing you what you expect for GBPUSD this week, right? So I took some buy trades because I knew that price was heading higher to this point right here, and I did not expect price to go above this level right here. So I also sold right here. I will probably send a screenshot so that I can see when I took two buy setups here and also a sell setup right here. So I bought here, then sold around here, then price hits both my take profits. So that being said, now what I expect for GBPUSD on the 1 hour time frame is I want to see price of GBPUSD going below this low right here. Because if you look at this right here, price came all the way down here, then it went high, right? So now what we will confirm that what we are having now is a continuation to the downside is when price will break this low. We would have looked at this low, but do you know why we are not looking at this lows? Because of the fact that this low did not lead to a move that broke this high. This low did not bring a move that broke this high, but this low right here bring a move that broke the previous high. So it means this is a valid low. So it means don't look at this to say, okay, we have a break of structure. That is a confirmation to the downside. Remember that on the daily time frame, overall, we're having a current downtrend. But in the 1 hour time frame, what we're having is an uptrend. Because look at what is happening right here. We have break of this high, break of this high, break of this high, break of this high, break of this high. And what we have here is what we have now is right at this point right here. So it means we must also have a continuation pattern, that is a break of low, to validate the fact that we are having a downtrend in line with the daily time frame, so that we can head for this low right here. Let me quickly see what I can do. Can I show you guys where we are looking at? Okay, yeah, we are heading for these lows right here. So we want to see price head here. So now what I'm just trying to say in essence is that from the looking at the 1 hour time frame, we expect price to first break that low. This low must be broken. This low, it must be broken. So take note of this low. The low is at, let me quickly draw it so that we can know what we're looking at. Okay, so Let me quickly call out the area. Okay, so now that low is at 1.26488. Make sure that you take note of that low and wait for price to break that low first. That will confirm that we are having a bearish market. That is, price must first go below this the low right here, or go below this low. So that being said, that is all for today's GBPUSD analysis. If you do enjoy, please hit that like button, share to your friends, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.